Let them speak. Review patterns 1 to 32. Please repeat or answer. Didn't she get what she wanted? Was he able to tell someone you knew? Who all did you get to meet while you were at school? Where else did they ask you to bring it? All they'd like to eat is Korean food. Does he hope to find it so that he can give it back to her? They must have been really angry at her when they heard that. Did she have difficulty lifting anything I brought? What was it that he managed to see at the hotel he was at? He must be ready to ask her to marry him. By the time he gets here at 6:30, will you be set to leave? How long has it been since he started to work there? Are you going to eat anything they're eating? How could you tell he wouldn't be able to make it there by 10:30? Does she ever try to help the girls sitting there to practice? Don't you know anyone who is in the picture she has? Did she say she had a lot to do this afternoon? Didn't she appear to be weaker the last time you saw her? While she was doing her hair, did you have something to do? Where else did she say you've got to clean? What all did you do with the books I bought for you? Is the guy standing next to the window a friend you met in college? How could they tell the girl sitting there is his sister? Weren't they there to pick it up so that they could bring it home? The reason she took the food you made was in order to give it to her mother. That must have been the kid that caused the trouble. They had nothing to say about the teacher that came last night. How did you like the beer you were drinking last night? How come you didn't have anything to give to her? Did the guy you work with say that he would pay for supper? Don't you wish you could have the car he is driving? Aren't you sure what all they planned on doing? Who is it that saw him doing that? Did you hear her apologizing to the teacher she complained to? Did you all have a lot of things to watch on TV while you waited? Who else continued to talk to the girl that cried after he left? Didn't anybody ask you if it was all right to take it? Weren't they there to fix the heater that broke? Who else tried to tell him not to smoke there? Didn't it taste like the food needed to have more salt? Is the operation she's going to have seem to be dangerous? Are the tires he got there better than your tires? Do you wish you had the football jersey that he's wearing? Did you almost get to go to the game that he played in? If she had been there, would you have asked her to dance? Could he have driven you there if she had had more time? Did anyone talking to her understand what she was saying? Do you hope to visit the place your mother was born? How long will it take to get to the store he likes going to? What all is she supposed to buy there? What would you have seen if the weather had been nicer? How long has it been since you last ate the cookies she made? Weren't they there the time they won that game? Did she seem to be as tall as him? All she tends to do is play on the computer. Didn't you see what he did to her? Why is it that they weren't interested in getting the tickets you had? Will he be able to show you the watch that cost so much? Did you ever get to see the way he scored that goal? Don't they have anything to show him when he gets here? Does he wish he could have bought the jacket they showed him? Where all did they end up taking you the night you went there? Just in case you lose the key I give you, here is another key. Isn't he sure how much money he's thinking of giving you? What did you do with the money you earned last week? Did you win the game you were playing? Who else did she tell you she'll probably meet? Where else did she have the opportunity to go swimming? Is the place they went swimming far from here? If you could have done it again, would you have brought more money? What would you have done if she hadn't shown up? Where was it that he had difficulty getting to? What kind of meat tasted the best while you were spending time there? What is it that he did, even though it seemed dangerous? What is it that you did with all the money I gave you? Is the girl who will come tonight a good friend you met at work? How else will they be able to fix the computer she had? Shouldn't they have paid for the dinner the last time they were together? If she asked you to go out to dinner, where would you tell her to bring you? Didn't they have anyone to talk to? If she didn't like eating that, would you have gone to a different place to eat? How many days a week has she got to drop by there to see him? What does he wish he could meet her for? Shouldn't they have taken the money if he had given it to them? Has he come off of the plane that he took here? Would you have told him to stay there if you knew he got sick? How long ago did he go back to where he grew up? Did you see her put something inside her suitcase? What else did she end up buying the last time she went shopping? Where all was he supposed to be taking the kids today? What all did she tell him to bring just in case it begins raining? Did anyone you like ask you to dance? Did she leave her house without the money the first time she went to the bank? Does he put his money he earned in the same bank you go to? Didn't it look like someone helped him to do it? Won't she ever be able to see the guy she was with last night? When else did they ask you to tell him to bring more money they needed? Isn't that what he bought at the store that's near his house? Was she sitting where you usually eat your lunch? When all did they decide to take a trip to the country where they used to live? Did she say she wishes she could have sold all of the food she made? Are the kids she's with her neighbors? Is the music he's listening to something you would enjoy listening to? Does she ever hope to get a chance to work where you work? How often does the bus they're taking stop here? Who all looked like they were going to be exercising there? Did she wind up eating what you gave him for supper? Is the person walking in front of you someone you know from school? Did you talk to her behind the house so that no one would see you? Did he say there was nothing that he could do about it? Who gave the baby what he's playing with? Where all should they have cleaned up before coming home? Do you know where the guy taking the pictures is from? Where all would you have worked if you had asked him to do it? Where all would he have worked if you had asked him to do it? She must have been really upset as soon as she saw that. Did he try to take anything he didn't own? Did it appear that something was wrong? What all did he watch on TV while he was waiting for her? Did she ever forgive him for what he did while they were young? He had better be there by 5:45. What all have they been talking about for the last 2 hours? Didn't she almost get into trouble the last time they were together? Is the guy sitting next to you someone you came here with? Did he say she didn't get what he told her to get? Hasn't she got a lot of things to finish doing before going home? Where all would you have gone if you had felt better? Does he ever tell them that he has nothing to do there? When the plane began moving back, did all the people there move out of the way? Does he know any of the girls walking next to the car? Is the chair in front of you the one you bought yesterday? Is that the way you get them to drink less beer? Do most of the people going to the concert know that it's going to rain? Was that who continued to walk there, even though it was dangerous? Is the money he deposited enough? Did they say he was here to talk to the owner? Will she probably go any place that will cost a lot of money? Did you like most of the furniture that they had in their house? Did he offer you some of the food that he bought over there? Did she say she liked the way he cut his hair? Were some of the people staying at her house there planning on going to the funeral? What is it that he stopped you from eating? Where was it that he decided to bring all the kids he liked? Did he say he understood the reason she couldn't come home early? Did you ask him if he put anything on top of the counter when he came in? Didn't you used to dance the way she is dancing? Just in case they have you do it, are you going to charge them? Is there anywhere that I can charge my phone near here? Who is it that told you there was no point trying to do it? Would the people she was with know how to contact him? Did she say you'd better give it to her as soon as she comes home? What is the first thing she told you to do the first time she saw you? What is it that they've been watching ever since they got home from work? For how many hours did he tell you to help her? Will they be able to get there on time, even though they left a little late? How could you tell the guy with her was her close friend? Did he have anything in his car that he just got from his mother? Where else should he have been on the 13th of July? Wasn't that where he hoped to buy the house he was going to give to his mother? How is it that he had trouble explaining the rules they had to follow? Didn't you see him drink what she gave him? The reason he couldn't bring them out to dinner is because he didn't have any money. Does she ever share the food she brings to work? Do you ever ask her where all she gets all of that money? What else do you plan on asking her to make for supper? Who else knew the guy sitting next to your mother? How come nobody was sure where he just went? Was that how long you had her wait for him? What was it that they should have told her? Did you ask her to give it to someone that arrives late? Didn't he look like the one who met you yesterday? How many hours a day will she have him take care of the kids after school? What all is it all right to eat in case she comes home late? Where was it that you had a difficult time finding? Who else was done working at the time you arrived? When was it that you would have gone to pick her up? If she had lied to you, would you have gotten angry? What all does she wish you would clean in the house? Don't you have any idea how all he found out about it? What else is she supposed to do now that her father lost his job? Who else should you try to invite in case some people don't feel like coming? Did she tell you that he went somewhere he could just relax? The reason she felt you didn't like her is because you stopped calling. Where else can I get the dessert you brought to the party the last time I saw you? How can you tell someone has been there while you were away? Did he say he loved the song she was singing? Didn't she have anything to say after you found the letter he sent her? Did she manage to get to where she was able to go skiing? What else does he drive besides the car he had in college? Does it seem like she liked how you did it? What all did you wind up doing as soon as the party was over? As long as he is thinking of paying for the meal you're eating, shouldn't you leave a tip? Where all could you have gone if you had had the money he has? Was there something bothering you the last time you had a talk with him? When is it that she told you she had the opportunity to use what you bought her? Did she stop talking about what you did as soon as she saw you come in? Who else would you have told her how you broke it? Who else would have told her how you broke it? Did she say he took her to somewhere she didn't want to go? Where all would it be all right to take her after she gets out of school? Wasn't the guy asking you to move your car a person who works in the building? Did he say that that is something that he already learned? Wasn't that what she needed to study for the test? Where else did you have the chance to learn English?